I'm going to share my ePortfolio. I define myself as a Muslim and also as a Sufi. Some people separate the two, but they're actually, Sufism is part of Islam. So I'll start with what's sacred to Muslims and Sufis and so on. So first of all, the three holiest places in the world for Muslims are number one, the Kaaba in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, and Prophet Muhammad's shrine in Medina, Saudi Arabia, and the Dome of the Rock in Palestine. Excuse me. So for Muslims, there are 5 pillars of Islam. So the 5 pillars are they're called the foundation. It's 5 things that Muslims practice. Number one is an oath or a declaration that there's only one God and Muhammad is his prophet. And number 2, 5 times prayer, like Malcolm X is doing here. Number 3, fasting in the month of Ramadan, which is which is in the lunar calendar year. And then number 4 is charity, which means 2.5% of your income and assets are to be given away to the needy. Number 5 is pilgrimage to Mecca and Medina once in your lifetime, if you can afford it. So this picture, I believe, is when Malcolm X went for a pilgrimage and he was praying in one of the mosques. About every 4th person in the world is Muslim, and there are 1.8 billion Muslims. Most of them are in these majority Muslim countries. I grew up over here in Pakistan and also over here in Saudi Arabia till I was 16. So this is a chart of how the major sects of Islam are divided and subdivided. So the 2 big ones are Sunni and Shia. I grew up Sunni, and also for most people in Pakistan, Sunni and Sufi is mixed together. Under the Sufi, there are different lineages. I'm connected to the Chishti, and also another one is Warsi, and another one is Naqshbandi. I'm connected to them also, and I'm also open to other Sufi lineages, and as well as to other Muslim and non-Muslim rituals. So spiritual rituals are done inside of a mosque, like this is the inside dome of the Blue Mosque in Turkey. So there's a lot of beautiful architecture that Muslims created in the last 1400 years. And so spiritual rituals can be done inside of a mosque, which is like a temple, or they can be done at a shrine, or they can be done anywhere. This is a painting of a Sufi ceremony where some of the Sufis are dancing, and while others are exhausted from the dance. And over here, it's a circle of men who are chanting. And that's also a common spiritual ritual for Sufis. So other than the 3 major holy sites that I mentioned at the beginning, there are many other holy sites for Muslims. For Sufis, the shrines of saints are also considered very holy, in addition to the mosques. And we also have sacred texts. The two main ones are the Quran, which is like a Bible, and the Hadith, which is the words and the actions of Prophet Muhammad. There are a number of books in which he's quoted verbatim, and also the actions that he took, they are noted so that so that Muslims can follow his example exactly. This is a copy of the Quran. There are many beautiful Qurans like that, which are works of art. And also, this is a book of prayers. And here, um, there's my teachers is Sheikh Hamza Yusuf. He is founder of Zaytuna College in Northern California. Also, biographies of prophets and saints are considered sacred. So when you join a Sufi lineage, they will have a very detailed list of who was the previous master and his master and so on, and they will connect to, all the way back 400 years back to Prophet Muhammad, and Prophet Muhammad's son-in-law was Ali, who is considered the first Sufi. In paintings and poetry, often it sounds like love songs, but actually that is symbolism to help people understand the connection of human beings to the beloved with the capital B, meaning God or the creator. So the Sufi master, the teacher, connects the seeker or the student to God by teaching him everything that he needs to know. In this painting is Rumi when he meets his teacher Shams Tabriz for the first time, and then Rumi's life is completely turned upside down and completely changed because of the Sufi master. So before meeting his teacher, Rumi was not a Sufi, but of course he was Muslim. He was a Muslim scholar. So through a guru, a Sufi connects to saints who are connected to prophets and sages. And here in this picture, the king Jahangir of India is getting counsel and spiritual guidance from a Sufi master. And that was very common. In this picture here, Prophet Muhammad is depicted as talking to other prophets like Abraham and Moses and Jesus. What that means is they're all connected. And in this picture are 6 of the famous Sufi saints of India and Pakistan that Muslims and Hindus and Sikhs follow them or believe in their teachings. This is Rumi. In the last 15 years, the most famous poet in America is known as Rumi because he has sold the most number of books, although he lived 600 years ago. So this is a big statue of him in Turkey, where he lived most of his life and where he was buried. This is his shrine. He was born in the area which is now Afghanistan. This is a painting of a Sufi who is immersed in meditation. And similar to a Buddhist or a yogi. This is a picture of Sufis in Africa. Sufis are all over the world, including China. So Rumi's legacy 500 years later was carried on by a philosopher from India and Pakistan. He was also the leader of the Pakistan independence movement, or the Indian independence movement, to kick out the British. And he was also a poet. His name is Muhammad Iqbal, and he carried on the work of Rumi. Um, this this Sufi sage over here is known as Mullah Nasruddin, and he's famous for his funny stories, which are like jokes, but the jokes also have a lesson. The jokes will have wit and wisdom, and paradoxes. He's very famous all around the Muslim world. And like most Sufis, most people who practice Sufism, um, you need a teacher or a master. I met my first guru or master when I was 14, when I was living in Saudi Arabia. By chance, he was visiting my neighbor, and that's how I met him. For Sufis, music is important, and one genre of music, of Sufi music, is called Qawwali, which is mostly from Pakistan and India. And the most famous singer, Qawwali singer of Pakistan, is Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. He made about 250 albums, and I have about 125 of them. Another amazing Sufi musician is this drummer. His name is Bapu Sai. And so they play these barrel drums like this man here, and people start dancing. And often these drums are played at a shrine, at a Sufi shrine. So I myself was also playing this kind of music. And that's it for my ePortfolio and my spiritual practice.